The first thing I thought about in terms of playing music here was that I need to be quieter and simpler than I often am. Play less, listen more. I want simplicity. I don't want the attention on me. I want the attention on the experience.
I'm Danny Coleman, and I'm the artist in residence here at Grand Canyon, and I'm from Ventura, California.
My name is Carlos Esteves, a Cuban-born artist. I live in Miami.
My name is Terry Janor, and I am originally from New York City, from the Bronx, and live and have lived for quite a while in Western Massachusetts.
My name is Stowe Len. I am from New York City. I've been living there for 25 years, originally from Virginia and Vietnam.
I cannot find everything I need for my work in my studio, so that's why I do artist in residencies. And every residency offers you a different source of inspiration. This one is a connection with nature directly.
What's great about artist residencies is that even if a place like the Grand Canyon has been written about and art has been made about and poems have been written about it, an artist is still going to find something new to talk about.
A lot of the work that I make is merging art and science. And while I'm here in the canyon, I'm focusing on all of the rocks out there.
I'm a printmaker. I like to do drawings. I like to do sound and video and performance work. So I usually will bring some tools, but I'll often really come with an open mind to sort of see how I feel in this site.
What I'm doing here is more like a duet between myself and what I'm surrounded by.
Here at the Grand Canyon, I've been having a conversation between the nature and myself as a human.
Feeling the space, smelling the air, letting the clouds move, and responding as I will.
I've got two projects here while I'm in the canyon. One is I make these giant braided cords, and I choose the colors, the textures, the patterns based on all the rocks, all the layers of the canyon out there. We've got over 1 billion years of geologic time exposed to us in the canyon. And so each one of those layers has their own story and how they were formed. And then the other project I have, I ask folks to draw themselves as a rock, and then I take those drawings and I make ceramic pieces out of them, so they actually become what are called anthropic rocks. I'm fascinated by the natural world and studying it, right, through an artist's lens. I've been doing a ton of drawing that I didn't expect to do, a ton of watercolor work that I didn't expect to do, and also too, I meet, tons of people every day and I hear their stories. They add to the work. Their perspectives, their knowledge, their joy adds so much to the experience here.
Well, I'm doing here three body of work. So one was the eclipse. I arrived the day of the eclipse and I took that as a sign. And then the Grand Canyon itself, I think this is the main subject. Parallel to that, I have a notebook of dreams. So it's very interesting for me to explore the relationship of the unconscious reflected on the dreams and the places where you are having experience. The Grand Canyon is like a living entity and it's very complex. So it's like you made a creature which is immense. It's infinite in many aspects. So you need to go slowly, little by little, approaching the Grand Canyon, let the Grand Canyon get into you. And I think we artists, we are like receptors. We receive that energy, we receive that information, and we process in a very personal way, and we translate it into images.
I wanted to make an installation that would make people slow down. I see a lot of people obviously on their phones and sort of rushing to get the photo or rushing to go to the gift shop. And the video, The Grand Witness, is meant to kind of slow you down. The sort of original sounds for the soundtrack came from field recordings that I made in the canyon. And some of that comes through, but a lot of it is just sort of this rhythmic drone that's meant to kind of lull you into a trance. One way I just process the world is to make art about it. And these days I'm really trying to make art using materials from that place. I gathered some sticks just outside the park and I made charcoal to make these drawings. It's just one way that I really kind of begin to understand things a little bit more in the world, you know.
I started playing the violin at about 7 or 8. All of that was basically European classical pedagogy. After college, and when I was in my 20s, I started really experimenting with improvisation. I'm finding now that I've gotten to a place where I let go of my body, my thinking, my visceral connection to the person I'm playing with, and I'm somewhere else that I can't locate, that I totally trust. I trust my fingers because they've already done the work of practice, and I just go somewhere and it never fails me.
Oftentimes art is kind of sequestered to, galleries and museums. But a residency, it often allows an artist to get placed in unconventional spaces. Like here at the Grand Canyon, you're not necessarily expecting to see an artist in the visitor center. And to be able to have that surprise, I think can kind of just bring about wonder and curiosity in ways that, you don't necessarily get.
Everybody is coming here with different perspectives, different projects, different goals, and 6 weeks is a short time, but there's so much you could do in that short time. And going to every event or every ranger program, working in the visitor center, just speaking with people has brought me so much happiness while I've been here. All those things I'm going to take back with me.
This is an important part of my artist practice to do artist in residency program because it allowed me to go to different environments, different communities, and that interaction is an engine of creativity for me. It's a source of inspiration.
Residency allows an artist to come in and really kind of reflect back to the community what they see. They bring their fresh eyes and usually see things that people don't see.
I think this is an incredible, wonderful program to apply. It's a landscape with a very complex information. And when you get out, you have all this information that make you feel a different human being.
You really get to know the canyon in a way that most visitors don't. This is a wonderful place to work in and a wonderful place to live in, but to know it is something that I'll cherish for the rest of my life.